Hello guys, and welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make a pom-pom for the hat that we made in my last video. So grab your yarn color of choice, your scissors, and your yarn needle, and let's get to work. Alright, we're going to start by literally just wrapping yarn around your hand a lot of times. I like my puff to look really full, so depending on how you want yours to look will determine how many times you need to wrap around, but just keep going. I'm gonna wrap for quite a while here, so if you just want to pay attention to how much I'm using, that will give you a good idea of how much you should use if you want your pom-pom to look like mine. Alright, I think that's enough. So now I'm going to switch hands here for a second. I'm going to leave a long tail here because we are going to need a long tail. I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn. And then carefully, without ruining what we just did, we're going to wrap this long piece of yarn right around all of this yarn that we had on our hand. We're going to wrap it around carefully without unraveling everything, and we're going to make a knot. We'll actually make a few knots because you want this to be very secure. This is what's going to hold all of those little pom-pom pieces in place. So we want this to be very secure. And I'm actually going to take another piece of yarn that's already cut, a longer piece, and I'm going to use that also just to secure it as well. Notice how I flipped it around to the back, and I'm going to tie it again. I don't think you can have too many knots for this part, so just make sure it's super tight and, you know, tight enough. Like I said, this is going to be what holds everything together, so just make sure it's very secure. If you want to take 2 or 3 pieces of yarn even and just tie it again and again, that'll be fine. Alright, and now you're gonna, hold those longer pieces in one hand, and with the other hand, you're gonna take your scissors and start snipping all of the loops that you wrapped around your hand. This is just gonna give you that pom-pom effect. You wanna make sure you don't miss any loops because you don't wanna have loops in your pom-pom. That's just not how you want it to look. And we'll definitely make sure we clean this up a bit because some pieces might not be as even as we want them to be. All right, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up. I'm just gonna eyeball it Any longer pieces, I'll go ahead and just snip them a little bit and just make sure that it looks pretty close to perfect. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but you know, just eyeball it and see what looks good to you. And now we're gonna attach it to our hat. So you still should have some longer pieces at the end of your pom-pom. What you're gonna do is take your hook. You're going to go through the inside of your hat, come out of the top, and you're going to hook your yarn, the longer pieces, through the hat. Just gonna pull them right through the top. All right, now just pull them through and you'll go through the inside of your hat. And you're gonna wanna secure these pieces with the leftover pieces you left inside your hat when you finished it off. Just go ahead and make a few knots so that'll be secure for you. All right, now carefully making sure that you don't cut your longest piece. We're gonna clean up the other ones by trimming them down. And we're gonna take our yarn needle because we're gonna go in and make sure that our pom-pom is really secure on top of our hat. All right, so you're gonna wanna make sure when you're going in into your hat that you're coming pretty close to the pom-pom, and when you're going back in, you're gonna want to make sure that you go through the pom-pom. This can be a little tough. Sometimes I prefer a metal yarn needle over the plastic one because it's of course more heavy duty, but just try your best with what you have. I couldn't find my metal one, so I'm stuck with plastic for now. But you're gonna repeat this until you feel like your pom-pom is secure on top of your hat. And now we're just turning our hat inside out because we're going to fasten off, but I want you to leave a few knots before you do that. So we're just going to insert the hook into a piece of our work here, and we're going to go ahead and knot it a few times. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and snip our yarn, and we're about finished here. So let's turn our product the right way, and you have a pom-pom hat. So thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot, and I appreciate you. All right, I'll see you next time.